Google's Pixel lineup welcomes a brand new challenger this time around, the Pixel 8a, but how does it stack up against its established sibling, the Pixel 8? Well, let's dive into the specs, the features, the potential trade-offs, and help you decide which Pixel might be a perfect match. If you want more Pixel comparisons, well, hit subscribe for all things Google and get informed on buying decisions, reviews, updates, tips and tricks for your favourite applications, and way more on top of that. And also, check out our channel memberships if you want to get more content like wallpapers, behind the scenes updates, and exclusive member-only shoutouts. Both the Pixel 8 and Pixel 8a have similar screen sizes at 6.1 inches and 6.2 inches, but the Pixel 8 takes the lead with a marginally more refined design and more premium materials. That said, I will say the matte or frosted finish of the Pixel 8a and brighter array of colour options means that the sub $500 smartphone definitely has the edge in some ways. The glossy Pixel 8 doesn't quite hit the mark in the same way as its cheaper sibling, but it definitely feels a little bit more hefty and a bit more premium in the palm, even though there is some weight differences. Luckily for us, the Pixel 8a and Pixel 8 both boast an OLED display with a buttery smooth 120Hz refresh rate capped at Full HD+, which definitely makes for a super fluid user experience, especially with that clean Android build. Scrolling and animations feel really incredibly responsive when that refresh rate is set. But in terms of raw specifications, the Pixel 8 has the display advantage, but only just. A 2000 nit maximum brightness is also touted with both pieces of hardware here. In reality, you'll actually get a bit lower than that in real life situations, but it is much brighter than much of the competition, and it means even in sunny environments, your phone screen will be legible, whichever one you do prefer. One sore point though is the fairly sizable, the big bezels on the Pixel 8a. These are super chunky compared to the thin forehead and chin and side frame of the regular Pixel 8, and I think this is going to be one of the biggest complaints for people looking at this device. I think it can be somewhat distracting and does diminish that big display improvements on this cheaper model. This is also exacerbated by the smaller footprint of the Pixel 8, which actually has a larger screen due to those smaller bezels. As luck would have it though, all of the internals are practically identical here. There's the Tensor G3 processor, that's the SoC of choice. While 8GB of RAM is included for smooth multitasking, you should have performance parity in most areas with either device, including the new 256GB storage option means you can store a lot of applications and files on both phones. No phone is a performance powerhouse though, but there is definitely enough under the hood to do what you will probably need to do on a day-to-day basis. I noted that the Pixel 8 feels a bit heavier, but it is worth noting there is only a 1 gram difference between the Pixel 8. It has a better water and dust resistance rating as well, and thanks to that IP68 rating it will withstand a dunk. You can get the Pixel 8a wet, but it isn't as well protected with an IP67 rating for what it's worth. So for all intents and purposes, the Pixel 8 and Pixel 8a also ship with the same software pre-installed. Since launch, the Pixel 8 has gained a few tricks, including circle to search, improvements to all of the various on-device modes, lots of security updates, plus it was confirmed as getting Gemini Nano integration in the not too distant future. Here's the good news though, as we noted, the Pixel 8a ships with everything the Pixel 8 has received intact. And this is a big boon for the cheaper devices. There are no worries that features will be missed out of the box. Gemini Nano integration was initially just a Pixel 8 Pro exclusive, and that has slipped all the way down the totem pole here, which should mean better AI functionality as Google adds more to the platform and makes Gemini Nano available at some time in the future. Another big selling point for the Pixel 8a and the Pixel 8 is the promise of those 7 years, yes 7 years of security patches and updates. Even just offering security patches for 7 years is a good deal at this price point. However, the potential for feature drops and new functions means you really can't go wrong with either device, and you'll have a phone that, at least in terms of its software, will hopefully stand the test of time. As for the battery, there really isn't much between the Pixel 8 and 8a in terms of their capacities. There's an 80 mAh difference thereabouts, and this could prove crucial though in terms of longevity. Your own mileage may vary depending on lots of factors relating to app usage, the screen brightness that you set it at, the refresh rate if you set that at 120Hz, and way more other variables thrown in there for good measure. For most people, you'll get a day with either phone before running into longevity issues. We have a great video as well if you do need a battery saving tips, so go check that out. That is something that may be helpful to you if you already have one of these devices and you want to eke a little bit more out of the lifespans. When it actually comes time to start charging either phone, the Pixel 8 definitely has way better options here. It offers faster wired charging with supported power bricks up to 27 watts, and 18-watt wireless charging with the second generation Google Pixel stand. That's from our testing. Don't get confused as well by the camera spec sheets of the Pixel 8a and the Pixel 8. While the A series phone has more megapixels on paper and a few different sensors baked in, it isn't going to be able to provide quite the same quality imagery and video as the Pixel 8. That said, I will note that the Pixel 8a does have a marginally better ultra-wide lens at the rear. It has a wider field of view and is actually 1 megapixel better off. The main wide lens though is what you'll use most of the time, and it will produce solid stills and video, but it will be a noticeable step down over the bigger and faster Pixel 8 main sensor. It will therefore perform better in low light as a result of that larger sensor platform too. One of the best ways to describe the difference is a premium system versus a mid-tier system. That's the Pixel 8 and the Pixel 8a cameras in a nutshell. Even so, all of the core camera functionality remains identical across the board. You won't miss out on any of the AI-powered post-processing options like Best Take, Magic Editor, and Audio Magic Eraser, but there could be some visual differences in what each camera system can produce due to the physics of the smaller versus larger sensors they do have. So which is the right choice for you? Well, the Pixel 8a stands as a compelling option, especially as it has a slightly more attractive price tag. It offers excellent core hardware with a capable camera system, guaranteed software support for several years, and I would say way better colour options across the board. However, the Pixel 8 emerges as the better buy for those seeking cutting edge, or the cutting edge of a Google Pixel phone that is. Save the colour options that you do have. I do think it's just a better buy for most people due to the improved camera system, the higher IP rating, the better screen, and faster charging on board, something you probably wouldn't realise at first glance. Another bonus is that discounts have been floating around since launch for this device. The Pixel 8 is in many cases actually cheaper than the Pixel 8a's proposed $499 retail price with discounts and rebates. Because of that, it's tough to see why anyone would actually pick up the 8a when the Pixel 8 remains for sale unless you can get an incredible deal on the newer phone. I want to ask you though, what do you think? This could be the best A series device ever, but I do think it might be too expensive or too close to the Pixel 8. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments section, and a huge thank you to our channel members. You're true legends. You are on screen now, and if you want to become a legend of your own, hit that join button. I think you do get real good bang for your buck, but until next time, thanks for watching, and I will speak to you later.